Basement Gun Shop. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these, and it was time to get back on the treadmill and get back to work, so to speak. So today, I've got a friend coming up who's going to borrow some of my equipment for something I mentioned in a few videos ago. The gunpartsplus.com 80% kit, complete AR with an 80% receiver for $600. So since I have him here, he has graciously allowed me to do a quick review of that kit. So in a couple minutes we're going to be unpacking the kit on camera, and we're going to take a look at all the components, make sure everything's there. Quite frankly, I know everything is there because I already looked through the kit. But for the benefit of everyone who hasn't seen this ad, who doesn't know about gunpartsplus.com, and unfortunately for what I said about them before in air, I kind of think it's only fair that I should give them some good press and unwrap the kit, because quite frankly, when I saw it before and took a quick glance through it, it looked like it was a pretty good deal, an excellent deal in fact, for $600. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll get down to unpacking and reviewing the kit. So my friend just arrived with the kit right here, so let's get this unpacked and see what we have. Remember, this was the gunpartsplus.com $600 complete AR kit with an 80% receiver. So this is obviously the barrel, chrome lined, threads are in good shape, so no issue. Just get the stuff out of the way. What's this? It's a bolt carrier group and gas tube, or rather just a bolt carrier. Nope, it is an assembled bolt carrier group. And gas tube. We'll just throw that on the floor, no biggie. Full M16 mil-spec bolt carrier. I like that. Here's the 80% receiver. Nice big engravings for the safe and fire. No other markings, obviously, because there's a solid block of metal here for the fire control pocket. Oh, what do we have here? Something else in a big pile of bubble wrap. Feels like the upper. Yep, it's the upper receiver in even more taped up bubble wrap. At least they pack it pretty well. Picatinny rails are marked. No blemishes, no marks. Looks to be in excellent shape. Can't figure out who manufactured it, but I'm not, at this price and with the shape everything's in so far, I personally would definitely not complain. Well, this is obviously the stock, and probably, if they're saving space, the buffer tube as well. And it is. Pretty slick looking stock and sling plate, yep. Everything all in one. Doesn't want to come out, but we don't need to take that out right now. Buffer and buffer spring. foregrips. Rubber banded together. Oh, and I gotta fight with a Delta ring. Raise your hand if you hate Delta rings. I don't know anybody who likes them. What's this? Something all encased in plastic. This looks like it could be the front gas block. And that's what it is. UTG Deluxe Quad Rail gas block and the muzzle brake, crush washer, and the forward assist assembly. Charging handle, and this is the lower parts kit, all assembly required the way it should be, along with pistol grip, standard mil-spec stuff, nothing outrageous. And the last thing in the box, we have the Delta ring and a phone call. Sorry about that. Neighbor looking for parts for an M1 Garand on the phone. It happens. So, here's the entire kit from gunpartsplus.com. Let's take the camera up to the bench so we can get a good look at them. Or you can get a good look at them. There we go. So, we've got our UTG quad rail gas block. Really nice looking 80%. Really nice finish on it. Buffer and buffer spring. Here's a lower parts kit. I know you can't see through the plastic, but I will keep you updated on how it's progressing. I mean, it's going to be done today. Charging handle, standard. I mean, there really is nothing about this that's outstanding with the exception of that gas block because I really like it. But at the price point is $600. Here's our bolt carrier. This came completely assembled, just like that. You know, full under lug. That's the right term for it. Drawing a blank at the moment, but on the bolt carrier. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, the Delta ring. Yeah, shield, ejection port cover. Everything pretty well Cosmolined, so I'm wondering if some of these aren't actually ex-military surplus. Alright, so check back in when the build's done. So it's 8:35 at night, 6.5 hours to mill an 80% receiver, build it, and build a fully functional AR-15. Not bad. Considering it wasn't mine, it went pretty well. I was impressed with the fit and function of the parts once everything got together. There was some polishing I had to do with the lower receiver. Missed a little ridge of metal. Wouldn't let it close, and when I did get it closed, it would stop the bolt carrier in the rearward position. So had to polish that or basically Dremel it out. God, I love my Dremel. It's so wonderful for cleaning up those little mistakes you make with the mill. You don't have to block everything back out. It's also an opportunity, and I've said this before, it's a wonderful opportunity. Building your own AR-15 is a wonderful opportunity to become intimately familiar with the function of that type of firearm. AR-15s, AR-10s, specifically speaking, Ruger has a new 7.62 AR out. Smith & Wesson has had the M&P 10 out for over a year now, probably a year and a half. SCAR makes, or FN makes the SCAR Heavy in 7.62. I don't know if Bushmaster's going to put out a 7.62 version of the ACR, or even if they have one out, I don't know. But the ACR and the SCAR, they really don't fit into the AR category. I just mentioned them because I felt like talking. But it's a wonderful opportunity to get intimately familiar with building and operating and even the quirks of that type of firearm. I think my friend who just spent the last 6.5 hours here in the basement gun shop, I really hope he left with a new appreciation for his brand new gun. So he did the milling with my help in the setup and my supervision to make sure he didn't go too fast or take too deep a cut or something to that effect, because he'd never milled anything before. But then once it got down to the building, I pretty much did the building for him, and he was right there next to me with, well, what is that and how does this and how come that goes in there so easy but that's tight and this is that, and it was a really good opportunity for him. So again, I would thoroughly recommend building your own AR-15, even if you have to go do the BATF paperwork and buy a stripped lower, buy a stag lower parts kit, buy a complete upper parts kit, buy an upper receiver, get a barrel, bolt carrier group, even if you buy the full kits. You know, I highly recommend it. So the pictures that have been going on, they're his new full flat top, fully assembled, gunpartsplus.com $600 AR-15. Completely legal. Completely legal. So for those guys out in California that I ranted about a couple months ago, there's another ghost gun for you. And we had quite an interesting conversation about that and the laws pertaining to firearm ownership. So if you are in a state where you can build your own gun on an 80% receiver, I highly suggest you do it. There are a lot of videos out there on the internet. The company I got my 80% jig from, Juggernaut Tactical, they have a great video of one of their guys milling an 80% receiver with a drill press and their kit and tools and jig that you can get from them as a kit. So this is a side plate to my Juggernaut Tactical jig. I highly suggest you do it. I mean, not only is it a lot of fun to, you know, build that stuff together, but the knowledge you gain and how an AR works, and then of course taking what you started out as a block of metal and a collection of random parts, taking it to the range and actually pulling that trigger for the first time. It's cool. Yeah, it can be a little hairy because, you know, just before that trigger breaks, you're thinking, oh my God, did I get everything right? I know I checked twice. Bang! Cool. So, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And I got a chance to do some basic education with them as an NRA instructor. It's kind of incumbent for me not to turn somebody loose without the basics in safety and the basics and everything else. This person was one of my handgun students. I should say he still is. We just unfortunately haven't had the time to connect. He has a second job that he does to afford $600 ARs from Gun Parts Plus and Springfield XDSs and Springfield XDs and stuff like that. So, you know, he has, the summer is his busy time. The summer's my busy time as an instructor. And we just haven't had the chance to connect. He took my advice, bought the kit from Gun Parts Plus, and finally, he's actually had it for about 3 months. I talked about it in an earlier video. I don't remember when, but you'd have to go back through the playlist and look. I think the video was actually titled Gun Parts Plus Retraction Apology or whatever, because I had run on incomplete information. But he's actually had it for 3 months, 2 or 3 months at least, and it's taken us that long to get a day when we were both off, not working, and here it is on Sunday, July 14th, I believe, and July 20th, my bad. And you know, we finally got a chance to connect. He came up, we broke it out, you saw me unpack it for him right here on the Basement Gun Shop. So if you have any questions about the little things I ran into with this build, please, by all means, feel free, right down there in the comments, please leave me the questions and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If there's anything you like, anything you didn't like, anything you want to see, again, leave them right down there in the comments. As always, I really appreciate you spending your valuable time to watch the Basement Gunship. So if you like the channel, like it, subscribe, even better. And until next time, stay safe and keep shooting.